We are back this Wednesday. We do not have a challenge this week. Why would we ever do that again if you guys can't complete that? No, we're back on Thursday. I went to the Notre Dame women's game yesterday. I'm glad I did. Hannah Hidalgo for Notre Dame had like 40 some points by herself.
Oh, wow.
She broke the NCAA record with 16 steals in one game.
Wow.
And she was a rebound away from a triple double.
That's a phenomenal performance there.
Mind you, she's like 5'6", and she's the best player in college basketball without a doubt. I think that they played Akron. I think Akron had like 50 some points, and she had like 40.
Oh my gosh!
There was at one point where she had as many points as they did.
Where is she from?
I do not remember. She's a junior, so she's been there a couple years.
Okay.
So I think the plan is for her to. She's from New Jersey.
Okay.
So I think the plan is for her to come back next year for her senior year. And then as of right now, the Notre Dame women's team has a number one recruiting class. They have like 4 or 5 5-star recruits coming in next year.
Okay.
So this year is like they're going to be good, but not like really good. And then next year is supposed to be there. They go crazy. But yeah, I mean, if they didn't have her, they would be terrible. But she just like goes up and just literally pickpockets everybody.
That's awesome.
I mean, she literally just steals it. And it like she'll rip it out. It's the craziest thing. I wanted her to get a rebound so bad to be like triple double. She also only played 28 minutes.
Dude, hold on. Yeah, that's almost like. Never mind. I'm not going to do math, but it's around like. Yeah, pull up that calculator. How many points did she score a minute?
I think she had 44 divided by 28, 1.57.
So almost. A layup basically a minute.
She got a lot of layups early. She literally her first 5 or 6 baskets were her just stealing the ball and just a wide open.
That's awesome. I wish I was that good at basketball. That seems like so much fun.
Her stat line finished 44, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 16 steals.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and Akron scored 58 as a team.
Wow. That's awesome.
No, she was a beast. I mean, she was. It was fun to watch somebody like that, just to be like, wow, like it's just.
Yeah, you got to see it in person too. So
it was nuts. She was nuts. So yeah, so we're here on Thursday now. Loaded show. We have Cy Young winners were announced. The MVPs are supposed to be announced tonight. The Cal Raleigh Aaron Judge thing that will get debated out tonight. The Cy Young winners the future is unknown for both the guys that won. NFL Trevor's Eagles are looking great. Looking like the defending Super Bowl champs. New college football rankings, kind of what the bracket would look like. And we have a lot of games, and there's a lot on the line this week.
I know. I'm so excited. This is going to be fun. And remember, me and you have a bit of a
that's what I'm saying. That's
rivalry right now.
That's why everything's on the line this
week. Everything is on the line.
I mean, we have playoff chances on the line. You lose, you're out. And if you lose, you get pied in the face.
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny? At the school that I work for, I signed up to be a part of a fundraiser where if you donate $1, you get to pie a teacher in the face. So I could be getting pied an awful lot.
Yeah. Well, you are going to get pied a lot because I'm not going to lose to you.
You're frozen right now, dude. What's happening?
Am I? I don't think I'm frozen. I just don't think I was moving.
No, you're good right now, but it's a little speckly. There's a little frozen. Right, like right now, you're frozen.
I don't think I'm frozen. I just don't.
You're moving. Now you're moving. You got.
I'm not frozen. I don't think I'm frozen. I think it's just how I'm looking.
We need creepy photo Nolan Mark in here or Luke to acknowledge the fact that I'm not losing my mind.
I don't think so.
You're sitting there like freaking like a statue trying to trick me.
Yeah, it's what I'm wearing. It just is kind
of You're like one of those statue people on the side of on the sidewalk.
Yeah, that if you take a picture, you have to give me like $40. Yeah, that's what Vegas is. You ever been to Vegas?
No, I haven't.
That's what Vegas is. You go to Fremont Street, which is awesome, but there's like these circles they stand in. If you like interact with them, you're forced to pay them money.
Wow, it's like a legal obligation?
Well, it's not legal. It's just that's just what they do to you.
What if you just walk away? They
Well, you
can't
don't have to
chase you.
interact. You don't
They
have to
can't.
interact.
What if you do though?
Then you should give them money.
What do they do? Just like move their hand out and they're
Yeah,
like,
they're like, you should pay me money. Like they expect it. They just expect to get paid.
maybe I should go to Vegas and just paint myself silver and just stand there for a long time.
It's it's a crazy place, dude. I mean, as soon as I got off the plane, I knew I was in a different place.
Well,
That
yeah,
quick.
I've seen like videos because like Vegas is just like in the desert,
Yeah.
which is kind of sick. Because our mutual friend Aiden Dahlgren, he went like mountain climbing there, and he said that he was camping in the desert, like outside of Vegas, so you could just like look over the hill and just see all of Vegas.
Yeah, no, it's as soon as you fly in, it is really cool. Like I had a window seat when I flew in, and I flew in at night, so like you saw like the Raiders stadium. You literally saw
Oh
everything
yeah,
on the
that's
strip. It
awesome,
was
dude.
sweet. It's a
Yeah,
massive place.
I'll have to go there. Zach Baggins, you know Zach Baggins,
No,
Ghost
sounds like a
Adventures guy,
sounds like a fake name.
Ghost Adventures guy. He's got his like museum of horror there.
Oh,
He had the Annabelle doll there for a little bit. I think the
oh,
real one. Yeah.
it's expensive though. I mean, it'll get you.
Yeah. I don't have the funds for that.
It's expensive.
Oh,
It'll get
what about what's like the Atlantic City? I'll go there.
Yeah, Atlantic City. I mean, that's a little closer. I mean, that's like the East Coast equivalent.
Yeah.
You got Nashville trying to take over the Vegas too. So
Oh, really? Are they doing like casinos and stuff, or
no,
just
I
the
just think it's just
expensiveness?
like people just going there. I think they're trying to
Oh,
do that.
yeah.
The problem with like Vegas now, it's like you can kind of bet anywhere now. I feel like.
Yeah, that's true. Because like a lot of like sports gambling was pretty hush hush.
Yeah,
Like you knew a guy who knew a guy. They called him up. They had the book or
yeah.
whatever. But now, but also we live in kind of a special place because there's not a lot of states that have online gambling.
No, no, we're kind of there's. I mean, you could go. Indiana allows it. Michigan, of course, allows it. Illinois allows it. I think for a fee,
Mm.
or they trying to tax or something like that. Crazy.
I was
Um,
in Wisconsin
they do
and
not
I
allow it,
wasn't
do they?
aware.
Yeah.
So I tried to get on DraftKings there to bet on some baseball, and they were like, "This is a no-no, sir."
Yeah, I think Florida was that way at one point because I remember I was in Florida during the fall years ago, and I had to have Jonathan sign into my account and do my bets with me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So they didn't. It could have changed. Who knows? But yeah, just the Vegas. I think was one of those things. It's like, oh, you got to go. You got to go. It's just, you have to go. It is, and I loved it. Like I thought it was awesome. But
Yeah.
I feel like the allure of it's kind of dealt down a little bit.
Yeah, there is but I like you said though, like Vegas is like a almost like a monumental city. It's like one
Yeah.
of the ones in America that you have to go to.
Yeah. Well, and it is like a straight up tourism town, right? It's just like people come and go all the time.
I want to go to New York City, but I've only heard terrible things.
Yeah, I know a couple people that they didn't like it. They said it was gross.
Yeah, it's like covered in trash.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like Chicago.
I
Chicago
was gonna
like
say,
is
what is the
you know,
best big city in the country? There's a right answer to this.
I would say like Chicago's pretty nice.
Chicago's the best, dude.
Um, yeah, it's gotta be Chicago without a doubt. I mean,
Chicago has everything you want. The only thing about Chicago is that it kind of sucks going in there in the winter.
yeah, it's cold, but
It's freezing. I went there for Valentine's Day with my girlfriend. It was an awful experience.
it's right on Lake Michigan.
Yeah, bro. We got off at a train. We had to walk quite a while to get to our hotel, and I am freezing to death. Basically, it was like 20 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's the Midwest. It's the
And
windy
then
city.
and then there were like buildings that were like, don't like be careful, ice can just fall from
Yeah,
100 feet. And I was like, we have to move, dude. This is
yeah,
dangerous.
it's massive. I mean, it's a big city. It's a cool city, but it's a
I
big
love
city.
Chicago. I love
I was in Detroit in April. It's getting better. It's getting there.
it.
It's getting
I
there.
I never whenever I went to Chicago, I never Nolan, can you please acknowledge that Caleb was just frozen for like 15 seconds? I went to don't you dare move sit there like a statue. See now you are frozen because you just laughed and you're making no laugh face.
I'm not frozen.
You are okay now. Wait, I don't know. Now you're good now. You're good now.
I'm not frozen.
But Chicago, the world of Chicago was opened up to me when I realized that you can just for like $5 just take the train anywhere all day.
Yeah, but be careful on the train.
I enjoyed myself on the train. I felt
I'd
like I
much
was
rather.
going to Hogwarts.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'm a walker. I like to walk.
Yeah, we went to the University of Chicago Museum and that would be like an hour and a half
Yeah,
long walk.
yeah.
So, and
Try to
that
get my.
was ghetto, bro, dude. There was like mattress pads underneath like the
Yeah.
train station on the
Hmm.
sidewalk. I was like, we gotta get moving, dude.
Yeah, I think like every. I know Vegas is one of those where they say like underneath is a completely another city.
Is that the place? Is Vegas the place where people live like in the sewers?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's like an underground thing, and then it's also funny is like Tesla started to do those Tesla loop things when I was there,
Oh yeah.
which is like driving under the ground, which was awesome. So I don't know how that impacts everything, but no, I think Vegas is like, yeah, people live underneath the city.
Yes, bro. Yes, thousands of people live in a network of storm drains beneath Las Vegas. That is crazy, bro. That's our next challenge. Whoever loses our next challenge has to go live like 2 days in there.
I'm not doing that. That I'd much rather go to jail. I'd much rather end up in the
Yeah,
clink than go
yeah,
to the storm drains of
yeah.
Vegas.
Do you think if you just walked into a jail and said like, "Hey, can I?" No, they wouldn't let you stay.
No, I don't think
That's,
they'd let you say it. I mean,
that's
if you
why
like
people like
assaulted the guard,
throw bricks through like bank windows and take like $1 because they're like, "I'm homeless. I just want to be in jail."
yeah, I mean, you could, yeah, because it's 3 meals in a cot.
That's right, baby. Hey, it's hard to beat that.
You know, I was in downtown Elkhart working today, and a homeless guy, came up and asked me for money. I said, "Yeah, I have none."
Do you remember when I was like 16? I don't know. I'm pretty sure you were with us. We were on like a basketball trip, and on our way back, we stopped in Berrien Springs. And at the gas station, this dude asked me for money, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do an awesome thing right now. And I gave him like $10, and he couldn't have sprinted faster to go buy drugs.
Yeah, that's what they do.
He sprinted directly into an alleyway, never to be seen again, bro.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone so quickly acquire money for drugs and just go get them immediately.
No, I mean it's either they go buy drugs or they're panhandlers and they do that for a living and that's what they do to make money.
Yeah, I that's not a bad. I am a little skeptical. Like I've seen people on the internet, they're like, I won't give you money, but I will buy whatever you want,
Yeah,
which is valid.
exactly.
That's a valid strategy.
No, I know some friends. They downtown South Bend. They went to dinner, and the lady came up. She's like, "Hey, can like you buy me and my boyfriend dinner or food or whatever?" And my friend was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, actually, I will." He goes, "I will buy you dinner. Like, let's go to the restaurant." Like, there's like a restaurant like right down the street, and he was like, "I will
Hmm.
go." It's like Jimmy John's there. I'll go buy you guys subs. And she's like, "No, I want the money." He goes, "No, I'm gonna buy you the subs." And she's like, "No, I want the money." And he's like, "Then you ain't getting any food."
Yeah, that's just drugs.
Because yeah,
Which is
she just wanted the cash.
that's a good little strategy to get around that whole thing. Because I always like I'm always like, dang, I feel bad for this person. I give them too much money that I'm like, I'm just feeding their addiction right now.
Yeah, I mean, I will to close disclosure. Not all homeless people go buy drugs,
Yeah.
but some of them that's what they do. I mean, it's just the way they do. When I was in school in Lansing, LCC, and you downtown, you park. There was a guy that walked around with a broken bike and said his bike was broken for money to get on the bus. I don't
When like
think he,
that was his thing
that
though.
was his thing. Yeah, I saw him a couple times.
Yeah, that's son of dude. That was talk about some sketchy neighborhoods, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I look back and I'm like, South Bend's way worse.
Yeah, that's true. But also, do you remember the time where they had to like almost shut the school down because there was like an active shooting like 2 blocks away?
Yeah, the guy was hostage in the house. Yes,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
and they were using our parking lot as like base camp.
Yeah. Which I mean, they got me out of class that day, so
Yeah.
that's pretty valid.
No, it is funny though. Like looking back on that, it's like you think it's also so foreign because it's like farther away. We didn't grow up in that area, but
Yeah.
looking back, I'm like, I don't know. I've been to some place in downtown South
Yeah.
Bend where I'm like,
Yeah. There's even parts of Kalamazoo where you're like, oh boy.
yeah. Every city has those parts.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? I'm just glad I ain't one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're lucky to be where we're
Yep.
at. We're lucky
That's
that we have this
exactly right.
opportunity to sit here and talk about sports.
That's right.
All right, Cy Young winners and their futures. Paul Skeens, the cheeseburger on this
The
channel,
cheeseburger.
some would say. Paul Skeens won the NL Cy Young Award, unanimous winner, I will say. He's 23 years old. He went 10-10 with a 1.97 ERA, 216 strikeouts. He won the Rookie of the Year last year, Cy Young this year. And then Tarek Skubal won the AL Cy Young Award. He's back. He's a back-to-back winner.
Wow.
Back
That's
to back. Won it
incredible.
last year, won it this year. He's 28 years old. He went 13-6, 2.21 ERA, 241 strikeouts. This is big deal because the future of these two guys is kind of unknown as of right now. Paul Skeens plays for the Pittsburgh Pirates, of course, has years under control with the Pirates, but the Pirates are terrible. There's really no direction. Some say he wants out. There was a report that came out that said he wants to play for the Yankees potentially. He said, I want to stay with the Pirates. Of course, that's what everybody says. And then you have Skubal, who has 1 year left on his contract with the Tigers. His agent is, of course, the notorious Scott Boras, who is notorious for getting his clients a bunch of money. Notably, I was talking to my dad about this last night. It's the craziest thing. He got A-Rod $250 million back in 2001.
Oh boy, that's like $1 billion now.
Think about that. Like, he got A-Rod the ability to sign a 10-year, $250 million contract in 2001, which
Yeah.
is wild. So that's his agent. Skubal, he wants probably north of $400 million plus. There's been ongoing negotiations between him and the Tigers. Some reports say they're $250 million apart. So they're a
Wow.
lot of apart. So the thing with him is, it's like, do you trade him? Do you sign him? Do you keep him? So both of these guys, I mean, it's kind of funky. This is the state of baseball now, right? I
Yeah.
mean, where it's like, oh, they're probably going to play for the Dodgers at some point.
That's what I was gonna say. What if the Dodgers just get both of these guys?
I mean, it could happen.
But I was looking it up. $250 million in 2001 is $500,000.
Yeah.
Half of $1 billion.
So that's a $500 million contract.
Yeah. But also too, like what you said. I mean, if anybody in the league deserves a buttload of money, it's probably these two guys.
Yeah.
So, like minus like Shohei, I guess, because he can kind of do both. But yeah, these dudes are phenomenal. So, I don't know if it's hard. It's so hard, especially with like some of the smaller market teams, to really like be confident in shelving off a bunch of money, even if you know that you got a really good guy. Because Moneyball, baby.
Yeah.
It's good to get those role players and just you win championships that way. And actually, they didn't win a championship in Moneyball, so never mind.
No, they got close, but they didn't win.
Yeah,
The problem is, it's like for the Pirates, it's like you're not gonna pay them.
Yeah,
You're not gonna win. Clearly, with them, their record is awful. I don't remember what their record was.
well, he's 10-10, and he's the best pitcher in baseball. So.
Yeah. Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's look at their record from this last season. Why does it? That should be like one of the first things that comes up is a record when I type in the name of the place. They went 71-91, 26 games back. I mean, and they've been terrible the last forever. They were 71-91 this year, 76-86 the last 2 years, 62-10, 62-100 in 2022, 61-101 in 2021. The COVID year, they were 19-14, 69-93 in 2009. Their last winning season was 2018 when they went 82-79.
Wow.
I mean, they're awful.
That is bad. That's really bad. So what, you think they're going to trade him?
They should. But, I mean, you trade him and see what you can get for him. I mean, he's 23. He's at the peak of his powers. I would say trade him before he gets hurt.
Right.
It kind of feels like with a pitcher that's going to happen. And, get 4 or 5 guys for him and kind of build your team and try and figure it out. it's just one of those things when you have a guy like he can't be happy there either. Like this would suck.
Yeah.
Like yeah, you win the Cy Young, but it's like you haven't won anything, right? As like collectively as a team. I mean, what does it matter? You're going 10-10. That's not fun.
No. But I would really like, instead of these guys going to one of the big market super teams out there, wouldn't it be so cool if like Paul Skeens went to like Toronto or
Yeah, I
like a
mean,
Seattle or something like that would
yeah, I
make
think
that would be really
o-
cool.
other teams, I think it opens up the door. I mean, it's the sad part is you have the Dodgers being the Dodgers, and you know, but I mean, there's other teams that can be involved in this. You know, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays. You know, there's teams that can be involved that have money that necessarily don't always spend the money all the time. I mean, that's the thing with the Tigers are. The Tigers are they're not a small market team. You think about it, Detroit, the fan base, everything about it. The Illiches have a lot of money. Like they should not operate as a small market team,
Right.
but they sometimes people say they operate as a small market team based off of who they have in their division, which are
Yeah.
I mean they have Kansas City, the Twins, Cleveland,
Hmm.
and the White Sox. All those
Yeah.
teams are like small market teams.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So out of the division, the Tigers should shell out some money. My argument with not paying Screwball is the guy couldn't even go until his arm fell off in the game against the Mariners when you needed it all.
Yeah. I mean,
And you
like,
end up losing that game.
yeah. Shout out to Yamamoto.
So like that's my argument is like, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean you have a guy like Yamamoto who, you know, pitches a complete game and then he was gonna pitch in the 18 inning game if it went to 19 innings
Yeah.
the next day. So it's like that's my argument with like and the other thing is like paying these guys a lot of money. I mean, Garrett Cole got paid 300 some million. His arm's been blown out twice since he's played, since
Yeah.
he got paid. I mean, so that's like the fear. And Scooball's gonna be 20, he's 28, he'll be 29. He's been a great pitcher, 2 Cy Youngs. It's just not everybody's Justin Verlander where they go to they're 40 years old.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That's a special breed.
Clayton Kershaw is only like 37
Yeah. Yeah.
and he's retiring. And you think he seems like he's 45 years old,
Yeah. Yeah.
but he's only like 36, 37 years old.
Well, you know, it's funny too because Matthew Stafford feels like he's like 45 years old too.
Well,
But
they went to high school together.
yeah, that's what. Do you ever see those videos where they're like, where they asked Matthew Stafford if he played baseball, and he said
Yeah.
yeah, and he's like, who had the best arm, and then he just like named some dude that was on the team, like Jake
Well,
Felt or something like
I
that.
think it's funny because I think Clayton was his center and Stafford was a quarterback, and then Kershaw was the pitcher and Stafford was the catcher.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, Clayton Kershaw was a center.
I think at one point, yeah, he was a
Oh,
little chunky back in the day.
wow.
Yeah, look up Clayton Kershaw Young, and he was chunky.
He's a little dude. That's why he threw gas. A mass to throw gas, baby.
Could you imagine though Matthew Stafford as a catcher in high school
Dude, I guarantee no one's still on him.
with that arm?
That is he probably, dude. I watch edits of like just Matthew Stafford throws, and he has equally impressive throws as like Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, without a doubt, dude. He
Like
is like
he's
amazing.
Matthew Stafford is I'm by the end, bro. Like it's so crazy too, because it's not till later in his career where I mean, like when he was in Detroit, he was very good, and
They just
like
were terrible.
the
Yeah,
Detroit Lions were just terrible. But like now, it's like he's got probably arguably one of the best, if not the best receiver in with the Rams right now, Puka Nacua. And then like, dude, he just lights it up. He's leading the league in touchdowns. Like,
yeah.
dude, Matthew Stafford he's a wine, dude. He's just getting better with age.
No, he's a really good player. It is crazy to see how a guy like that can do that. But yeah, him playing catcher would be terrifying.
That I mean, I wonder what his batting was like.
Probably not very good. That's why he played football.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh man, you think they
Had
were
to have been.
hoopers? They had to be, right?
Yeah, probably. Clayton was a little lefty, you know. a little
Oh,
lefty.
dude, he could be. I bet he's nasty. And I bet. Yeah, dude, they were nasty.
They're both like what? Kershaw's like 6'6". Matthew Stafford's like what 6'4".
Oh my gosh, bro. Those. Could you imagine like someone's dad just being like, "Yeah, we played those guys."
Yeah, Matthew Stafford's 37. He's 6'3".
Oh my god.
Yeah, Clayton Kershaw is massive as well. Let me see. Clayton Kershaw. Trying to find it. Clayton Kershaw is. Why does it not say his height?
I got you killed. Don't you worry.
Is it Wikipedia doesn't say his height? He's 6'4". 6'4".
Just giants, dude.
I mean, could you imagine that? That'd be pretty nuts. Pretty nuts.
That'd be, dude. Yeah, that's insane. And then they both went on to have amazing careers.
Yeah, both Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I love me some dude, and they are so similar.
No, they do kind of look like brothers.
Yeah, they do look like brothers, and they have like a similar intensity and like
vibe. Yeah, everything about him is very similar.
Like Clayton Kershaw, sometimes he looks almost effortless.
Yeah.
When he's doing things, and Matthew Stafford is very much like looks effortless, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm watching some of his throws, man, and it's like the sidearm stuff where he's leading a guy like 15 yards and hits him directly and straight. He literally just looks like he's flicking the ball.
Yeah.
And how fast that ball comes out of his hand, it is insane, dude. And he's 37. I love Matthew Stafford. I love him.
He's probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks.
I would say he's the most underrated quarterback, maybe in NFL history.
Yeah, he's probably up there. I mean,
dude, he's won a Super Bowl.
Yes.
And like, look at the people who have never won a Super Bowl, and we put them above him.
Would you? Here's an argument. I was listening to Mad Dog. He was talking about this yesterday. A guy called in, and they were talking about it. They didn't ask this question, but this is actually a good question because both guys have won Super Bowl. Would you much rather have Drew Brees or Matthew Stafford as your quarterback?
In their prime?
Yeah.
And which team am I playing with?
They are playing on the exact same team.
Okay.
You just get to plug and play.
Honestly, I'm gonna go Matthew Stafford.
I would easily go Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, because it's like Drew Brees was pinpoint accurate.
Yes.
But he was not heaving that ball 70 yards downfield.
No, and there were years when he was with the Saints where they were like 7-9.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were always great.
Right, and Matthew Stafford is something similar where the Lions were just terrible, but he still had. But look what he's done. Like Megatron, obviously a phenomenal receiver. That dude, would play good with anybody. And then Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is just not some white dude. He was phenomenal. But like Puka Nacua, like Matthew Stafford is making these guys into Hall of Famers based on his longevity. He played. He didn't play. Was Jared Goff with Cooper Kupp?
I think like a year maybe.
Okay, so he played for. I know Cooper Kupp is still in the NFL, but he's a little kind of a shadow of his former self. And Puka, those three guys right there, he made those dudes Hall of Famers, bro.
So Matthew Stafford's played 231 games. He has 62,236 yards and 402 touchdowns. Drew Brees has played 287 games and has 80,000 yards and 571 touchdowns.
Oh my gosh.
It's just that is wild that like Drew Brees' numbers are great, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of guys I would probably take over Drew Brees when you like.
Let's play the game. We'll start with Russell Wilson. Prime Russell Wilson.
I'd take Drew Brees.
Fair enough. Peyton Manning.
One second, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I just cut him off.
I'm in the shadows now.
I'm trying to get to show. There we go.
Okay.
Peyton Manning or Drew Brees?
Yep.
Peyton Manning.
I agree. Let's go. No, I don't want to do.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT greatest quarterbacks in NFL history.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of. I was trying to think of some that weren't too like
too obvious.
Pat Mahomes, Drew Brees. I'd probably take Pat Mahomes.
I'd take Pat Mahomes. Yeah.
What about like?
I messed up. I clicked the wrong thing. ChatGPT is struggling right now. I don't know why.
I got this. All right, so Joe Montana.
Yeah, Joe Montana, not even a question.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Ben Roethlisberger.
I'd probably go Drew Brees.
I think I would too. Uh, Jim Kelly.
I'd probably Drew Brees.
I agree. Kurt Warner.
Drew Brees.
Troy Aikman.
Drew Brees.
I'm agree with you. Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Fair enough. Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that one.
I would take
I
Brett Favre.
I for the gunslinger thing, it was
I don't.
kind of ridiculous sometimes.
They both won as many Super Bowls,
Yeah, that's true.
so it didn't hurt him as much.
Right. John Elway.
John Elway.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino, not even a question.
We did obviously Brady. Here, let me get some top.
So this is who ChatGPT ranks as the
Okay.
top 10 greatest quarterbacks.
Okay.
I'll start from 10 and work my way. Or I'll go with the honorable mentions. They have Ben Roethlisberger, Otto Graham, Troy Aikman, Steve Young, Roger Staubach.
Those are the honorable mentions.
Yes.
Some of those are too old for me.
Yeah, I mean, Otto Graham. I can't tell you what the 40s and 50s in the NFL looked like. I can't.
No, or like
Roger Staubach. Roger Staubach was a good quarterback, right? Like great.
Yeah, because people told me he was.
Yeah. Like, I have no idea. So number 10 is Aaron Rodgers.
That's interesting.
Number 9 is Brett Favre.
Ooh, they put Brett Favre in front of Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers.
They did. 8 is John Elway.
Okay.
7 is Dan Marino.
Okay.
6 is Drew Brees.
Okay.
5 is Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
They are
I
already putting him
don't
in
agree
5.
with that at all.
Johnny Unitas is 4.
Okay.
Peyton Manning's 3.
Yeah.
Joe Montana 2.
Yeah. And then Brady won.
Tom Brady 1.
I'm a little surprised. Was Steve Young even mentioned?
He's an honorable mention.
Oh, was he an honorable mention? Okay.
Yep. On this list, he's 12.
Okay. What about like a prime Cam Newton?
Or Drew Brees?
Yes, that Super Bowl run that they had.
Drew Brees because he won in Camden.
Right. Fair enough. I'm trying to think of who was like.
All right, so ChatGPT, this is prime. This is based off their prime. They have a ranking now.
Okay.
So they're doing prime only. It asked if it wanted me to do like a prime only.
Yeah, I like that.
This is actually kind of crazy. So these are the honorable prime picks. Justin Herbert.
Oh, wow.
Kurt Warner.
Okay, yeah.
Brett Favre.
Yeah. Oh, he dropped a little bit.
Lamar Jackson. Cam Newton.
Yeah, I agree with all those.
So 10 is John Elway, and they're saying his prime was from 85 to 87.
Okay.
Josh Allen. They're saying his prime was 2020 to 2022, but I think
I
it's
would
been
argue
right
he's
now.
in his prime, yeah.
The last 3 years. 9 is Patrick Mahomes.
I would argue he's probably still in his prime too.
Drew Brees
Wait, what?
is
Patrick
8.
Mahomes is 8?
No, Patrick Mahomes is 9.
9?
9.
Oh no. I
Just
disagree.
Just wait. So Drew Brees is 8. They're saying his peak was 2009 to 2013, which I agree.
Yep.
Steve Young is 7. They're saying his peak was 92 to 98.
Yep.
Joe Montana is 6.
Okay.
His prime was 87 to 89. Marino, they're saying 84 to 86, which that would be his first 3 years in the league. Tom Brady's 4.
Oh.
And they're saying his prime was 15 to 18.
I think that's fair.
I would say he had 2 primes.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
07 to like 2010.
Yeah.
And then I would say like 2013 to like 2017.
Okay, so a little bit before. Yeah, that Eagles Patriots Super
Yeah.
Bowl maybe.
Yes.
with
Like
Van.
leading up to that. I mean, he threw for 500 yards in that game.
Right.
And then in '07, he threw for 50 touchdowns and was
Yeah.
just dominant.
Yeah.
3, they have Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
They're saying his prime was 2010, 2014.
I mean, he was very good.
2 is Peyton Manning,
Yeah.
saying his prime was 2003 to 2006, with 2013 being his peak.
Okay.
And then number 1 is Patrick Mahomes again.
What? It did it twice?
Yeah. So their argument is Patrick Mahomes at 1, most dominant peak in NFL history, video game numbers plus impossible throws, unstoppable in playoffs during his prime, no quarterback combined arm talent, mobility, feel, and clutch like peak Mahomes. And then the argument for 9 is yes again, but different criteria. If we separate mobility plus clutch, but to keep list clean, replace with. So basically, you could take him out if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think that's stupid. He just won.
So
I would say,
basically,
yeah.
So basically, it's Elway 10, Josh Allen 9, Drew Brees 8, Steve Young 7, Joe Montana 6, Dan Marino 5, Tom Brady 4, Aaron Rodgers 3, Peyton Manning 2, and Patrick Mahomes 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's crazy that they're saying Peyton Manning in his prime was better than Aaron Rodgers in his prime.
I mean, those Colts teams were just they were very good.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers.
I would argue that I know this might be a little crazy, but I would almost say, oh, wait a minute, dude. Andrew Luck's nowhere on that list?
No.
Do you think he should be?
Like talent wise.
Like prime of his career.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have Justin Herbert on there, you have to have Andrew.
If you're gonna have, I mean, I know Kurt Warner won the Super Bowl, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I would have Matthew Stafford on here. I think it's just like talent wise.
Yeah. There's a lot, dude. There's so many. We can do this forever. And then that's just one position. I mean, don't even get me started on running backs.
I just asked who are the most talented NFL quarterbacks ever, so I wonder if it'll give a talented list. All right, so talent-wise, so this is what they're saying based off of talent, just straight up raw ability talent. Honorable mentions, and some of these guys come into that we've talked about here. Honorable mentions: Kurt Warner,
Yep,
Jay Cutler, which
wow.
Jay Cutler had a lot of talent.
Yeah,
like his arm is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's
a
good pick.
Was just a terrible teammate.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, they're saying sneakily all good around, being able to move and everything.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford.
I cannot believe he's an honorable mention, but go ahead.
Lamar Jackson's an honorable mention. Brett Favre's an honorable mention, and Joe Montana's an honorable mention.
Wow.
Number 10 is Michael Vick.
Oh.
I think Lamar Jackson's better than Michael Vick.
I would agree, but dude, Michael Vick's arm was kind of insane.
No, his arm was insane, but I would take number 8 out. So 9 they have is Cam Newton.
Yeah. Okay.
8 they have is Justin Herbert. I'd take Justin Herbert out. I'd move Cam Newton and Michael Vick up, and I'd put Lamar Jackson.
I like that. I like that.
Like that's the way I would do it. 7 is Andrew Luck.
Yeah. I would put him higher, but yeah.
It says all top 5 all-time talent whose career was cut short. Size, speed, intelligence, actually could run over linebackers and make every throw. I mean, that's a fact.
I mean that's just number 1. You know what I mean? Like, why is he at freaking 6 or 7 or whatever?
Number 6 is Steve Young. They're basically saying that he was the modern quarterback 20 years earlier.
That's a valid point.
Josh Allen 5.
That's fair.
Dan Marino 4.
Okay.
I mean, his release, he was mad. I mean, he's a great quarterback.
Yeah.
John Elway 3.
Yeah.
He's kind of what you look for in a quarterback.
Yeah.
2 is Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. I am honestly very surprised and honestly pleased that Tom Brady isn't on this list.
Well, talent-wise, I mean, Tom has up here. He's the smartest. Like, him and Peyton Manning are the smartest guys.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they beat you.
Yep.
And like Tom wasn't great at one thing; he was good at everything.
Yeah, and he didn't have like an arm that was, he had a good enough arm to burn you.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like, it wasn't like Pat Mahomes where he could throw it out of the freaking stadium.
Well, but when he threw it, like he had to get into the throw.
Well, also, doesn't he have like the longest throw in NFL history? Or like
I don't know,
a
but
few of
you
the
could
top 10?
you could like tell when he threw a deep ball, he was throwing a deep ball.
Yeah, yeah, he had to kind of crow hop into it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he wasn't great at one thing. He was great at one thing. That's winning Super Bowls. That's a fact.
That's very true.
But he was good at everything. You know what I mean? But he knew what made him great, and he worked on that. And he's one of those guys that perfected his craft. But yeah, talent wise, I mean, it's pretty crazy. I mean, it's funny that they bring in some of these other guys.
That's probably, I agree with that list the most. There are some things I would change, but that list wasn't bad. Who do you think is 70 yards? Who do you think has he has the farthest incomplete pass in NFL history? He plays right now.
I mean, is it Patrick Mahomes?
It's not. So it's not. It wasn't clear as day to me. So it's a bit shocking.
Guy plays now, now, and it wasn't clear as day.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who has like a cannon of an arm.
In some MVP discussions.
Currently or just in his history?
Currently. It may have died down a little bit, but I would say still.
Trying to think. I don't know why my mind's drawing a blank.
NFC South.
NFC South. Baker Mayfield?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But then it says, but it's debated because Aaron Rodgers threw a 70-yard plus completion to Donald Driver is considered the longest completed pass, right? So I think that Aaron Rodgers has the longest completed pass. Baker Mayfield has the longest ever.
How long was that Michael Vick pass to Deshaun
Jackson?
Deshaun Jackson.
Let me look that up. Because that dude, when I watched that was insane,
the game,
bro. Yeah, that was a Mike Vick pass.
Monday Night
Longest throw. Oh, okay. So it was 88-yard touchdown.
Yeah, but how
they're
far
at like the 11? I'll say 12. And Deshaun catches it at the other 35.
So like 60. I don't know.
So 40 or 39 would be to the 50.
So it's like a 60-some yarder.
Yeah. So very far.
Short.
Very
far, just short.
But he also threw it like a mile in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
But also, dude, oh my God, Russell Wilson, brother.
Yeah, it's good deep ball. He does have a good deep ball. I'm surprised he's not on the talented list.
I agree, and because I think in his prime, he was like top 3 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, at one point, yeah, he was really good.
I mean, he beat the crap out of Peyton Manning and the Broncos.
Well, that entire team beats the crap.
Yeah. Right. They scored
they scored
50 points or something.
Yeah, no, I mean they were at his peak, dude. He was a really good quarterback.
And he has fallen so far, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like he knows how to play quarterback sometimes.
Yeah, it's really sad. Oh, that's terrible. But I love me some old Russell Wilson, bro. Man,
it's just what we do here.
Yep.
All right, we've been 40 minutes in, and we've only gotten through one topic that we were planned. Just fine.
This all started with Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, we were talking about baseball, and then it moved into a bunch of other things. All right, that's why we do this on Wednesdays. Jerry would hate us if
he would be very upset.
All right, prime time in the NFL here, NFL in prime time. I will say the primetime games have been terrible. The Chargers defeat the Steelers 25-10. Steelers suck. I mean, they're terrible. The Chargers are good, but they have a lot of O-line injuries. I think will hold them back this year.
Yeah.
So I see them making the playoffs, but I don't see them going on much of a run this year just because they don't have both their tackles who are all pro. Joe Alt probably going to be a Hall of Famer level tackle. So they don't have them. So we can skip past that game. Not much to talk about. The next game is the game to talk about. Eagles beat the Packers 10-7. Packers are good, question mark is my thing. They lose back-to-back home games to the Panthers and then to the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles have a lot of problems. They have offensive issues, A.J. Brown issues. They can't run the ball. They have injuries on the offensive line. The defense is the defense.
Yeah.
Good. Trevor, this is your team. I will hand it over to you.
Okay, so here I told Caleb before the show I have some gripes here, and they're all the Eagles' fault. This game was the Eagles' fault. First, and I've said this a few times, Howie Roseman has convinced, I don't know if it's the country, a lot of people, whatever, that Nick Sirianni is not just like a top 10 coach, that he's a good coach at all. I don't think he's good. I think that Howie Roseman has perfectly constructed a roster that is nearly unbeatable. And Nick Sirianni sometimes finds ways to lose. I, as an Eagles fan, hate the tush push.
Dude,
I hate that play.
they false started that
Dude,
first one.
it was terrible.
It was awfully bad. Like the fact that they even allowed that
I
was
said if
awful.
I was a Packers fan, I would be absolutely furious. But here's the thing. This is what the NFL is doing. They've been trying to ban this play for years.
Yeah, and this is
And
they're not going to call it to say
last year they
it's
tried to
hard.
do injuries.
Yeah, this year it's going to say it's hard to officiate.
It's hard to officiate. They're going to miss blatant false start calls. They're going to go, it's just that hard to officiate.
Yeah, we can't
So
tell
then
on
they're
the
going to have
field.
to, exactly. So that the tush push, this is the last season of the tush push.
But
at least in the form that we see it right now.
That was awful though.
It was terrible. And then the next drive, the Packers tried to do something similar, and it was obvious but less obvious of a false start, and they get called for it. If I was a Packers fan, I'd be absolutely furious. I feel for them in that. So the tush push is just this is the last season we're going to see it, and it's form.
Yep.
Now there's going to be versions of it probably, but they're going to change something because this is terrible. And that's who like has won a Super Bowl basically based off of the tush push. I hate that we rely on it. We play second down as if we have two more downs because we rely on this freaking play, and it's boring to watch. Okay, so then Kevin Spaculo or whatever, the biggest, I think that's his name. He's the offense coordinator for the Eagles. The biggest thing that has shot the Eagles in the foot is that they got rid of Kellen Moore.
Well,
Kellen
they didn't get rid of him.
He left and went. Yes, he got a head coaching job, which much deserved. There's probably no way we could have stopped that.
No.
But we've put in this guy who I've never heard of, and you know what's funny? We're struggling so much in offense. What did Dan Campbell do?
He took over the offense.
Nick Sirianni, one, is either too scared to call offensive plays, or two, like he just has isn't watching the same thing that we're all watching.
Well, it'd also be a reason to fire that guy.
I think he should be fired. and honestly, if Nick Sirianni wasn't coming off of a Super Bowl championship, and if this team like loses out, can him. If we lose in the first round of the playoffs like we did 2 years ago, I know it's going to be hard to push. I would be fine with firing Nick Sirianni. Dude, that 4th and 8 sealed it for me.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely sealed it for me.
You would have been better off to run the ball at that point. If that was the play you were going to do, you've been better off to throw the ball. But some would say they were forcing the ball to AJ Brown.
I agree, and I'm going to get back to him in a second. But it sounded like after the post game interview that the idea of punting the ball never even came into his mind. It was basically run a play or kick a field goal, which if you miss a field goal, they have excellent field position like they got because we threw a ball with A.J. Brown absolutely smothered. Now, I'm going to move on from this. I don't like Nick Sirianni. I don't like our offense coordinator, Kevin Spaculo or whatever his name is. 3, I'm done with A.J. Brown. I am over the A.J. Brown me show. I know he's a receiver. I know he's our best receiver. Arguably,
is he your best receiver?
Arguably, you could argue that he's not. But this temper tantrum that he throws after every game, and you brought it up in the pre-show. This the hype of the Super Bowl lasted for 2 days or whatever. Dude, it's not. Have your career. Eagles, trade him right now. Get something back for it.
They have to trade him after the season.
Trade him after the season. That's what. The trade deadline's over. Get rid of him. I'm over it. I'm over the AJ Brown me show. We are winning games. Everyone on the offense is having a down year. Every single person. Saquon is. Jalen. I mean, Jalen's probably had the best passing wise career of his season. Devontae, all these guys are having they're struggling. We are struggling on offense. It's the play calling's fault because Saquon didn't just forget how to run a football. Our offensive line is a little frustrating. They get some stupid penalties, like Jordan Mailata. I mean, he's been kind of ticking me off lately. Lane Johnson going down was also really tough. He came back, but I mean, we definitely missed him. So the defense, I have nothing. I have no complaints. We're not as good as we were. I do have some complaints actually. Our secondary isn't very good, and we trade for Jair Alexander.
Yeah, and he just like doesn't play.
Brother retires basically, and so
He's only
we traded.
28, dude.
Yeah, we traded a 6th-round pick for Jair Alexander and a 7th-round pick. Holy crap, dude. Anyways, our secondary kind of sucks. Jalen Phillips, one of my favorite trade acquisitions, maybe since like Jay Ajayi.
Yeah, it's good pick.
For the Eagles.
Also from the Dolphins.
Yeah, and the Dolphins also. You know, and I really like Vic Fangio is one of the best defensive minds in football right now.
No, he is. He's always been. I mean, he has been for a while.
Yeah, and Zach Bond is phenomenal. Love Cooper DeJean. Love Reed Blankenship. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did that? Okay.
Because there's another Blankenship guy.
Yeah. But our defense. I mean, 7-10, 0-0. I mean, that was just a defensive battle, honestly, against two struggling offenses. But you know, I have a lot of issues with the Eagles, and I think we have to use our brains. We have to use our critical thinking skills, and go. Just because we're 7-2 doesn't mean everything is okay.
No, but I think the thing is you're 7-2 and you've beaten some good teams. Like I think that's like where you're at. It's like, you know, you beat the Chiefs on the road.
Yep.
You beat the Rams.
Yep.
You beat the Buccaneers on the road. You beat the Packers on the road.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean,
you know,
the Eagles sometimes, like I said, Howie Roseman constructed an amazing roster.
Yeah.
There's just sometimes you don't have enough people to stop us.
I mean, you'll find out about them this weekend.
Well, we'll find. Well, I mean, we already found out about them against the Broncos and the Giants. So,
but you'll find out when they play the Lions.
Play the Lions?
Sunday night football, prime time.
Oh my God! Well, at least it's not at like 1:00, so I can enjoy most of my Sunday.
No, I mean it is. It's one of those things. You're still winning. I think that's the thing. But yeah, I mean they have issues. I think that they're trying to. I don't think they're as worried about the AJ Brown stuff because they're winning. If they weren't very good, I think they would have had a concern. They probably would have traded him by now. But they probably think, look, we're still winning with him being here. It's not that big of a deal. Blah 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 blah. I was listening to Sirius XM today, and one guy said he's a game away from pulling a TO in the driveway.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's true. You remember when he sat on the sideline and read that stupid book?
Yeah.
I mean, where'd the book go? I mean, like, clearly he learned nothing.
That went to a bestseller, actually.
Yeah, thanks to AJ Brown. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's just the offense has struggled. I mean, the run game is not the same as it was last year. Clearly, you know, Jalen Hurts has limitations when it comes to throwing. Sometimes when all of it is on him. I mean, that's the goal of every team now is to stop the run, force him to throw the ball. It's not always there. They've had injuries. Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough year. His numbers are down big time, but I mean, you're still winning games. Yep. I mean, you're 7-2.
Dallas Goedert too. Dallas Goedert's having a great season.
You're 7-2, won the Super Bowl last year, and I think people are still looking at you as like the team to win it all.
Yeah, well, remember 2 years ago when we started off like 8-0 or something, then or whatever, 10-0, and lost every other game.
Yep. I mean, it's just the way the cookie crumbles. I do have some breaking news. Shohei Ohtani won his 4th unanimous MVP.
Wow.
It's 4 in 5 years. He won in 2021, 2023, and back-to-back. He's actually won 3 in a row. 2023, 2024, and 2025.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, unanimous. We're obviously waiting on to see if Cal Raleigh beats out Aaron Judge. That is kind of the question mark.
I think he should, right?
He should, but the onus is going to be Judge at 300 and did all this stuff. But we'll see. We will probably still be live when that announcement comes out. All right, Thursday night game is another dud. It's garbage.
I hate the primetime
The
games.
Jets are 2-7 at the Patriots, who are 8-2. Patriots are 12.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
Garbage game. The Patriots are wearing those new uniforms, so it'll be interesting to see
Ooh.
what those look like. No, I don't have a lot of expectations for that game.
No, I think. I mean, hopefully, the best case scenario is that the Patriots just blow them out of the water, and we get
And
to
they,
go and look and be like, "Wow, that Pats team is pretty legit."
yeah, they should. So we'll see. This is one of those where it's like if you want to be a real team, you beat a team like this, and
Yeah.
you don't let them play around. So
Yep.
that'll be very very interesting. We'll break down the NFL Sunday on our show with Gerald Hopkins returning. All right, we had week 2 of the playoff rankings. Top 5 is all the same. Texas Tech did jump Old Miss after beating down on BYU, which I had no problem with that. Miami is now the highest ranked ACC team at 15, maybe a little overcorrection when it comes to Miami. USF is now ranked. They're 24. They would be in the playoff. And yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy. I think when you look at the rankings, it's still so far out to tell.
Yeah.
I will say the argument I am there's a couple arguments that I think are going to be very interesting moving forward here. Is I think the ACC is all over it. Kind of what do you do with the ACC? Kind of because I mean, as of right now, I don't even think Miami's in the ACC championship game as of right now. So how does that work? Would that then de facto put 2 ACC teams in when they shouldn't probably get 2 teams in?
Yeah.
Is maybe going to be the argument there. There's still a lot of teams involved when you look at like potential who are still down pretty lower in the rankings. You know, USC, Michigan, Pitt, Cincinnati, kind of in the Big 12 may still have a case. You know, Louisville, Virginia, those type of things. If the playoffs started today, we would have Georgia would host South Florida. That would be a bloodbath.
Oh my gosh.
Oregon would host Notre Dame. I think that'd be a
That would be
very
a really fun game.
Texas Tech would host Miami,
I like that game too.
and Ole Miss would host Texas.
And that's another good game.
Yeah,
I like this.
Yeah, I mean, if it stayed like I don't like this for Notre Dame if they were to win and then
Right,
Ohio State, that
Yeah.
would be great. But yeah, you know, it is interesting. I think the way it's kind of going to shake out a little bit. You know, the SEC. I think Texas is going to drop in the next coming weeks, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about them much. So I think you're going to look at the SEC, and they're probably going to get what they 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 4 in guaranteed. They're going to fight for 5. Big Ten, it looks like you're going to get at least 3 in.
Yeah, Texas has a really rough road.
Yeah, I mean Texas is scheduled. I mean, if they went out, then it's like you deserve to be in the playoff, no doubt.
Well,
So
dude, if they went out, they're gonna fly. I feel like they're gonna fly up the ring.
they would definitely fly up if they were to win out.
Because that's beating number 5 Georgia and number 3 Texas A&M.
Yeah.
So probably be watching.
Yeah, I think he'll probably have to work Saturday.
Repping.
Yeah, he'll probably have to work on Saturday. This guy's been working long hours down in the city of Buchanan.
That's just how you do it, man.
Pouring concrete in the snow.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
That's just what he's been doing. That's his life. So yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy. I mean, this is all going to change. This will change next week.
Yep.
Without a doubt, it's just interesting to kind of see what the committee's thinking. When it comes to kind of the rankings and everything.
I would say, from this week and last week, I would say 2 for 2.
I like it. I think maybe a little overcorrection with Miami moving them up.
Yep.
Over Georgia Tech, who didn't play, so it's like shooting them up. But look, it's all going to play itself out. If you're good enough to be in the playoff, you win your games the rest of the way out, and you're going to be in. I mean, you're going to prove it at a certain point. So it'll be very, very interesting. All right, we'll move on to now the pie of the face bet. Is where it comes down to it. I think we have 9 games. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we have 9 games this week. There's some good games. I mean, there's some games that don't, you maybe look at the top game and you go Clemson at Louisville, like what? But the line's only 2.5, so
Yeah.
it'll be very, very interesting. So we'll start there. Clemson at number 20, Louisville, minus 2.5 point favorite. It's a Friday night ACC game, 7:30. Hey, Louisville was able to win one of these earlier. We'll be able to see. Jerry went with Louisville.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Louisville too. Clemson, I am just not sold on them. Louisville's pretty hot right now. Number 20. So yeah, I like Louisville. I don't really trust Clemson at all. So it's hard to pick them in this situation. Yeah, give me Louisville.
I'm gonna go with Clemson. This
Okay.
is this is gonna determine if I get pie in
Okay.
the face or not. I just think Dabo's they're 4-5. I think he's looking at it and be like, hey, let's make a bowl game. Let's kind of rally the troops here. We have a chance to ruin someone's season within the
Yeah.
ACC. It's a Friday night ACC game. We've already seen that those have been wacky
Yeah.
so far this year. I don't know. I think Louisville could maybe be skidding a little bit after last week's loss. So I'm going to go with Clemson. All right, the next game is number 18, Michigan, minus 11.5 point favorite versus Northwestern. This is noon on Fox, and you're probably thinking they're not playing at Northwestern. No, they're playing at Wrigley Field.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a Wrigley Field game. Jerry went with Michigan.
Yeah. I wouldn't throw Michigan up there with some of them world beaters that we see
They're
in the Big
sneaky.
Ten.
I mean, they're
They are
sneaky.
sneaky. And I think that Michigan is going to kind of sneak around and just kind of just hang in there. And I can see Michigan fans, being chafed at the end of the season that they're not in the playoffs or whatever. But I think that Michigan will win this one. I think it'll be a pretty good win too.
Yeah, I like Northwestern they've been a good story. They've been good so far this year. They ran into you. This game is interesting to me because I think USC beat Northwestern Michigan almost by like kind of the same amount of points.
Yeah.
Both at USC, so it'll be very interesting. Michigan's good, not great. I think their schedules kind of helped them out a little bit to get here, but they can't do anything about that
Right.
when the schedule's made, especially Big Ten play wise. So yeah, I think Michigan. I think it's a close game, but I think Michigan pulls it out. I just think they have a little bit more firepower than Northwestern, but it will be a cool game, as they're playing at Wrigley Field. All right, the new anointed playoff team as of this week. I don't know if you want to be the newly anointed playoff team after what happened in Memphis last week, but we have
Right.
number 24 USF minus 9.5 point favorite at Navy. This is noon on ESPN2. Navy's coming off back-to-back losses. I think historically they've played USF pretty tough. So this game could be very interesting. Jerry went with USF.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with USF. I know that it's like you said, it's not nice to be the new playoff talk, but I think we're gonna see maybe USF. They might not end up making the playoffs, but I think they'll hang around there in a little bit. I'm not totally familiar with what their schedule looks like coming up, but I think I can see USF hanging around that playoff discussion for a while. They are a good team. I mean, they've had some great wins this season, so yeah, give me USF.
So from the looks of it, looks like they played in 2024. Navy won, and they beat them in 2023. Navy beat them in 2019. So it looks like this goes flip back and forth a little bit here. Yeah, I think USF's a good team. I think. Look, I mean they beat Florida. I mean that shows a lot of
Yeah.
staying power. Navy's kind of reeling a little bit, trying to figure some stuff out. Their quarterback didn't play last week. It'll be interesting to see if he plays this week. I'm going to go with USF as well. All right, here's a game. This is sneaky for USC, potentially a playoff team if they were to win out here. Number 21 Iowa at number 17 USC. USC is a 6.5 point favorite. This game's at 3:30 p.m. on Big Ten Network. Jerry went with the USC Trojans.
All right. Well, so I view USC as a pretty offensive focused team. I know they do have some good defensive players, but I would say that for the most part, USC is a very offensive minded team.
Yep.
Where I would say the opposite is true for Iowa, where they're kind of a defensive minded team. And you know what they say, Steensma? Defenses win championships.
Yeah.
Give me Iowa to win this game. I was a little scared because I'm like they're not. If it was in Iowa, I would hammer Iowa.
Yeah, I think I would go Iowa if it was in Iowa and if it wasn't coming off the game they had last week. That was a
Yep.
little bit of a heartbreaker.
Yep.
USC has been fortunate enough to get these big games at home. I think Iowa, you have the sloppy game last week of the weather. You lose on the field goal. Now you got to go to Southern Florida, play a more tempo offense where the weather's going to be beautiful, I'm
Yep.
sure. 75 and probably sunny. You
Yep.
don't have to worry about the weather. USC's offense is going to be on full display. I just don't think Iowa's going to be able to put up enough points
Yeah.
at the end of the day, so I'm going to go with the Trojans to win it. All right, this game is interesting because one team is 5-4, just lost to UConn, and the other team's ranked, and the team that just lost to UConn at 5-4 is favored by 5.5 points. Number 19 Virginia at Duke. Duke's a 5.5 point favorite. This game's also at 3:30 p.m. But on ESPN2, Jerry went with the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I am highly skeptical of Virginia. I think they have had some late game things go their way a lot. I think that I don't want to say lucky, but a lot of things late in games have just gone their way. And that could happen again today. But I have more faith in Duke than I do Virginia, so I'm going to take Duke as well.
Yeah, I think Duke, looking at it, their quarterback is very talented. I think they're playing at home. They have a chance to be very funky when it comes to the playoff in the ACC.
Yeah,
As of right now, they're 5-4. Yeah, I think Virginia's had a good year, a great year, I would say, for Virginia. They've played well, but yeah, I just think down the stretch here, sometimes they're not fully equipped to finish it. They just don't have the depth, and I think that's where we're going to be at Duke. Manny Diaz at home, I think they're going to come out, they're going to play well, and they're going to hand Virginia, I want to say, back-to-back losses. So I'm going with Duke.
nice.
All right, here's the Alphabet Bowl here. TCU at number 12, BYU. BYU's a 3.5 point favorite. This game's at 10:15 on ESPN. Jerry went with the Cougars of BYU.
Man, my boy, Bear. We're like a Twilight love story. I said this last week. The problem is that I think, I know he's a freshman,
Yep.
and who's not a freshman, the guy on the other side of the ball, named Josh Hoover.
Josh Hoover's one of the more underrated, I would say, quarterbacks in
I
college
I
football.
agree, and I think Josh Hoover is going to do enough to take down BYU, number 7 BYU. So, or number 12, sorry, not number 7. So give me give me TCU to win this game. The alphabet, dude.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same way you're thinking,
Let's
to be
go.
honest with you. It kind of helps me with the pie to the face thing. Um, Yeah, I think if you look at it, I don't know. It just feels like TCU is. I don't know. They're quiet. No one's really talking about them. They're 6-3. Josh Hoover's a good coach. Sonny Dykes. I think we forget he took a team to a national title game a couple of years back. Yeah, BYU with a freshman quarterback. How do you bounce back after they got dominated? I mean,
Yeah,
dominated. I think it's a close game. I think it's going to be one of those nasty, funky Big 12 games. But I think TCU. Yeah, I think they're going to win it. And BYU, it's one of those where it's like, yeah, you've played really, really well this season, but some limitations. And I feel like that's kind of how BYU always plays. It's like they're
yeah,
really good to start, and they kind of, uh,
waiver off.
yeah. So I'm gonna go with TCU. All right, then we get into our bigger games here. Number 11 Oklahoma at number 4 Alabama. Alabama is a 6.5 point favorite. This game is 3:30 p.m. on ABC. Jerry picked the Tide. My question for this game is Oklahoma for real? Are they ready to take the step and potentially get into the playoff? I mean, this is a playoff game for Oklahoma, if you think about
Yeah.
it.
What I'm thinking here is that sometimes when I'm watching Alabama, I'm thinking, wow, this team's great. Ty Simpson's phenomenal. But also when I'm watching Alabama, I'm like, is this the most overrated team in the country? I mean, and especially sometimes I look at their secondary and I'm like, oh boy. Dude, it's like you think of all the great corners and safeties that have come from Alabama. And sometimes I just think this team is lacking some of those. And I think Oklahoma can take advantage of that. And I think that they're going to keep their playoff hopes alive with a win. I think Oklahoma's going to beat Alabama.
Wow, they beat Alabama last year, and kind of ruined their playoffs a little bit. Um, I think at home with the embarrassing loss last year, I think Alabama's going to figure out a way to win this game. Um, I think Oklahoma's good. They're not great. I don't know if Alabama's great themselves, but I think they're a little bit better. I trust them a little bit more. The way I've watched John Mateer play the last couple of weeks since that injury, I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Um, so I look at it as, are they going to be able to put up enough points? Alabama's going to be able to score. They're going to be able to do some things. So I'm going to go with Alabama with Jerry. I don't fully believe in Oklahoma and the Sooners. I just don't fully believe in it. As of right
Right.
now, would I be shocked if Oklahoma won? No, I wouldn't be shocked, but I don't think they're going to pull the old upset. All right,
That's all right.
another SEC game here, another playoff game for the state of Texas here. Number 10 Texas at number 5 Georgia. Georgia is a 6.5-point favorite. This game is at 7:30 p.m. on ABC. My question for this is Texas playoff worthy? Jerry went with the Longhorns here.
Dude, I could totally see Texas beating Georgia, and then that Texas A&M game gets very, very interesting.
Yeah, that is a massive, massive game. Well, I think the other argument too is if Texas were to beat Georgia, they're 9-3 with beating Georgia, maybe losing to A&M. It's like, do you put them in the playoff?
You know what? Just so our podcast has content, I'm also going to go to the Longhorns here.
You're gonna go with Texas.
I just I would love that. I would love the drama. And dude, that Texas A&M Texas game is going to be must see TV if they can get out of here. Yeah, I mean, they're probably going to lose to Georgia, and then that game's going to be kind of meaningless. Except if Texas A&M loses, then that's kind of crazy. But dude, give me Texas, dude. Remember, this is a team that hung around with Ohio State for a little bit. They played some good teams this season.
Yeah, and they're playing their best football right now.
Yeah.
I think when you look at it, Texas playing really good football. They're playing well. I just view it as when they played Georgia 2 times last year, they weren't able to do much.
Yeah.
And if you watch Texas, a lot of their offense the last couple weeks has been like little screen passes that are taken for big chunks from the wide receiver. I think Kirby, I'm pretty sure Georgia's coming off a bye. I want to say both teams maybe are coming off byes. And so I think when you look at it and how preparing, I think, Arch has played well, but he hasn't played Kirby yet.
Right.
I think the Dogs are ready. It's a night game in Georgia. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs. I think it's a close game, and I think Georgia then pulls away maybe a little bit there. I don't know. I like Texas. I like Sark. I like Arch, but I just don't fully trust them this year. From what I've seen, their defense is really, really good. I just don't trust that they're going to be able to get enough offense down the field.
Yeah.
To win the game. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I'm gonna go against you guys. I'm gonna go with the Dogs.
Fair enough.
All right, this is a game that matters to everybody. Another playoff game de facto here for both teams. I mean, Pat Narduzzi says it isn't, but it is. Number 9 Notre Dame at number 22 Pitt. Game day is going to be at this game. First time in like 20 some years, game day is going to be at Pitt. Notre Dame's a 12.5-point favorite. That's a massive number. I don't like that number at all. It is a noon game on ABC. I'm glad that it's a noon game and not a night game.
Yeah.
I don't like the line at all. I think that's a big number.
It is a big number.
It was like 10.5 and now it's 12.5. So money's definitely on Notre Dame. Like I said, I'm glad it's a noon game. I know that they're retiring Aaron Donald's number for this game, so there'll be a lot of emotion for that. Jerry went with Notre Dame. I will say Pitt is very good at stopping the run. I think they're like number 2 in yards per carry for fewest in the country.
Yeah.
Their dual threat freshman quarterback is pretty solid. He can put up some numbers. I think they're going to have I think they had like a tight end or like their third wide receiver has been injured the last couple of weeks. I think they said that he's going to play. So that will help them. And look, the season's on the line for Notre Dame. So I mean, this is all out right here. I mean, this is gonna be it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be closer than I want it to be.
I can see that. But like I think that well, so I the problem is that this is like Notre Dame's last real test.
Yeah,
I mean,
kind of.
going into the playoffs, before the playoffs start. Obviously, we saw last year Notre Dame losing to NIU. Anything can happen, but this is kind of the final expected road bump before the playoffs for Notre Dame. I feel like so. There's a lot of stress in this game, but I think Notre Dame looked really good last week against Navy. Um, they played like the fastest game in human history. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
so amazing.
So yeah, I'm gonna take Notre Dame. Like you, that number is kind of big. I wouldn't be 100% surprised if it doesn't get covered, but
Yeah, I mean, so here, I think I'd be more concerned if CJ Carr wasn't able to move the ball down the field.
yeah,
You know, do I think Pat Narduzzi, who's historically a defensive guy, used to be defensive coordinator at Michigan State before he took over at Pitt. So I think he's going to dial some stuff up that maybe confuses CJ Carr a little bit. I mean, we have to remember he is a redshirt freshman, but
19
uh,
years old or whatever.
still 19, first year starting. This is a big road game. When you look at it, you don't think, oh, it's Pitt, but this is a big road game. I mean, they're ranked. This is your, like you said, this is your last true test along the way to prove, like, hey, if you're going to put us in at 10-2, like, this is why. Like, look at what we were able to do to this Pitt team that you had ranked and was viable in the ACC.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a close game. The number's big to me. I think it's probably a touchdown game. I think Notre Dame wins. But I think it's close. I just think Pitt's just going to stick around. I think it's going to be one of those games where maybe Notre Dame controls it, but Pitt's always going to be in the game. I just feel like.
yeah, yep,
I feel like it's going to be one of those games. Notre Dame has some injuries, kind of on the defensive line, which I think will hurt potentially. Um, the 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 dual threat quarterback for Pitt is kind of making me a little nervous because Notre Dame really hasn't played. They played one in Marcel Reed at Texas A&M, but he was just able to throw the ball. He didn't really have to run. They played NC State quarterback as a little dual threat, but it was NC State. So I don't know. I think Pitt's gonna be ready to go for this game, even though Pat Narduzzi said if they lose 108-2, he wouldn't be that concerned. I think that's a lie. I think he's just trying to play some tricky mind games.
yeah,
And the last time we played Pitt at Notre Dame, we destroyed them. So I think he's going to have some motivation there. And he went crazy at the press conference afterwards. Um, so yeah, I think it's a close game, but I think Notre Dame pulls it out, and I think it's one of those where I'll be a nice sigh of relief afterwards. But I wouldn't be shocked if Pitt wins. I mean, to be honest with you, I think Pitt's. I liked Pitt coming into the year. What did I predict them here on my prediction sheet? Let me see. I had them going 9-3. I thought they were going to be a good team.
yeah,
I thought their other quarterback, Eli Holstein, was going to be the guy, but they benched him and found this freshman, gave him a little juice. I think he's been undefeated so far. Granted, he hasn't played a team like Notre Dame. So, I don't know. I think Notre Dame's defense is going to win the game. That's
yep.
kind of what I think.
Which is so funny because it's like our biggest fear this year has been Notre Dame's defense, but it is also very funny. I would say in general, you're not a super anxious person. I would say you're usually a pretty even keel guy. But there's things that Notre Dame does to you.
That is very true. That is very
like
true.
I can see the battle that you're fighting in your brain right
No, I mean, I am nervous because, I mean, it's one of those games where the line nerves me and the way that Pat Narduzzi's talked about it. But I think that they're going to come. They're going to be ready. Like I said, I don't know if Jeremiah Love has 100 yards, but, CJ Carr being able to throw the ball, I think, is going to be good. But I also am like, but he hasn't faced a defensive coordinator like Pat Narduzzi. And Pat Narduzzi is a very good defensive mind. That's for the last 20 years in college football. He's always kind of can dial some stuff up. And they're going to stack the box. They're going to load up the box, try and stop the run, and they're going to force CJ Carr to make plays. And Pitt isn't Navy at home. So it's going to be a little different to make some plays and throw the ball down the field. But I believe it'll be just enough to get it done. So I think it's a close game. Aaron Judge beat Cal Raleigh for MVP.
Wow. I don't know if I agree, but we're kind of Cal Raleigh supporters over here.
I am. I'm a big dumper guy. Yeah, he won. He's gone. So Aaron Judge has gone back to back, and I think it's his third home run. He's the first Yankee to win the award back to back since Roger Maris in 1960, 1961.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, it's his third overall MVP. I mean, he did have a great year. He hit like
Hmm.
330, I think like 50 home runs. Um, it's just one of those when you have Cal Riley, who's a catcher, played every day as a catcher, had 60 bombs, switch hitter. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Do you like that the MLB like does NLAL?
Yeah, I like that.
Would you want them to do that in like the NBA or the NFL or
I would say no, just because it's always been that way,
yeah,
like a league wide thing. So I would say no. I honestly I don't know why they do it in baseball. Probably just because there's. I think they do it in baseball because so many more guys
yeah,
uh, are available. Because it's like, I mean, the offensive line is not viable for the MVP.
right,
So that cancels them out. They don't really look at defensive players for NBA. You know what I mean?
right,
I
yeah.
think you have all those things. So NBA is kind of the same way. There's just not enough
I
guys.
would be I would not like it for the NFL. NBA would be a little interesting though. Like get like an East MVP, West MVP.
It seems like something the NBA would do just to give another trophy to somebody that maybe didn't
Yeah.
deserve it. Like the clutch player of the year. Like what the hell is that?
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know, like I could see it in the NBA. I wouldn't NFL. I wouldn't like it because then it's just going to be two quarterbacks every year. I don't love it for the NBA either. I do like a one MVP.
I think that you could do like East Player of the Year, West Player of the Year, and then have
And then
like
an
an overall
overall MVP.
overall
I would
MVP.
like that. I like that.
Because I mean the problem in baseball now is like as long as Otani is hitting and pitching, it's going to be kind of hard not to give him the
Yeah,
MVP every year.
as long as he's doing good. Yeah,
Like that, you know what I mean? Like that's going to be the thing. It's like it's going to be hard to be like, oh no, like I don't think he deserves the MVP. It's like, well, he does both. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, so you look at Aaron Judge's numbers. I think they were better than last year. He hit 58 homers last year, 53 this year. He had 144 RBIs last year, 114 this year. His batting average last year was 322. This year was 331.
Yeah.
He struck out less, walked 9 less times, had 6 less doubles, had 1 less hit, scored more runs. His WAR was not higher. He's also 33. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Um, so I mean, if you kind of look at the numbers, he was not as good as he was last year. But
I
I think the 331 average, I think, kind of struck everybody like, oh, because if you look at Cal Rowling's average, I think he hit like 240, and I think people are like, oh, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
well, and the more I think about this, I am kind of agreeing with it because take Aaron Judge away from the Yankees, I would say that they're significantly worse. And if you take Cal Raleigh away from the Mariners, I would say that Mariners team is pretty good,
Yeah, but
especially.
my argument though is Cal Rowley won his division,
Yep.
Aaron Judge didn't,
Right.
and Cal Rowley's at a position where you look at catcher and you don't expect those numbers.
Right.
So I mean, if you look at his numbers, I mean, he had 60 homers, 125 RBIs. His average was 247. I mean, the guy just cleaned house when it came to every. I mean, this is all-time career year. His average jumped up 27 points this year compared to last year. I mean, I don't know. He had 24 more RBIs.
How old is he?
Cal Raleigh is 28 years old.
He's got some gas in the tank, dude. He's. I think
He ain't gonna hit 60 home runs ever again.
Yeah, that's a big no. But I mean, if that batting average goes up and he hits a decent amount of home runs still,
Yeah, I mean it will be interesting. I just think it's one of those where it's like you had the chance to give this guy a deserving MVP. It doesn't happen. I mean, it sucks,
dude,
but
60 homers is crazy.
yeah, as a catcher, switch hitting catcher too.
Oh my gosh, man, 60 is awesome. Switch hitting is also very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's how the cookie crumbles. Aaron Judge MVP, Shohei Ohtani MVP.
Shocker.
I mean, that's just it's the way they did it. Anything else? I don't think so.
I think I'm excited to see who gets pied.
Yeah, I mean, so let's do a review here. We all three picked Notre Dame. You and Jerry went Texas. I went Georgia. Um, Me and Jerry went Alabama. You went Oklahoma. Me and you went TCU. Jerry went BYU. We all went Duke. You went Iowa. Me and Jerry went USC. We all went USF. We all went Michigan. I went with Clemson, and you went with Louisville.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely differences there between me and you. So somebody's gonna lose this.
Someone's gonna get a pie to the face.
Someone's gonna get a pie to the face. But you know what? I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think we both have some bold picks.
Yeah.
So I think that's nice. I mean, it's big. It helps.
We can't be scared of the challenge.
No, you can't.
You got to go out
can't-
there and
no.
play ball.
Yeah, no. I mean, if I was scared, I would have picked every pick that you had,
That's a
and
good
then we
point.
just would have had the same record. It would have been a push. Like, oh, maybe next time it's 2 pies to the face. You know.
No, yeah, we did what we do, and you know what? My strategy doesn't always go great, as you can tell by my record, but I'm feeling
But
good this
it's
week.
going to help you that 1 week, and you're just going to shoot up the ranks.
I'm feeling good.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll be back Sunday. Jerry will be back with us. We'll break down college football. We'll break down the NFL. Look ahead to the next week a little bit on some things, and probably discuss quarterbacks for 40 minutes.
That's one of my favorite things to do.
This podcast would have been probably 40 minutes long if we wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But it happens. That's what makes it fun. That's why we
Yep.
do this. Sit along, have these crazy debates. As always, thanks for watching.
Peace.